A little while ago, if you've been following the channel, you'll have seen me introduce you to this Christmas elf doll, and slightly more recently to the beginning parts of this cozy winter doll. And today I'm just going to show you where I've wound up with this one, how I've differed from the original pattern and why, and a few little tricks for following along if you want to make it using the pattern that I'll be putting on the website. So here we go. This Christmas elf doll has ended up being less of the ornament that I thought it would be and more of a toy for my kids. And when I was showing it to my sister, she asked if I could make another one for my niece for Christmas. And I like doing things a little bit differently each time, and while she's sweet, I wanted something that my niece, who is 4, could play with all year round. So this is what I came up with. So the structure of the head and the top half of the body is all the same as the previous one. I've literally copy pasted the pattern for these bits. The hair is slightly less thick because it's under a sort of slightly more realistic beanie style hat there that I made for her. I've given her a little scarf, and although I've sewn it in place to itself, I've made it so that it can be moved around her body as my niece wants to position it. That's her little sweater with a roll top there, and I've given her some nice little trousers with a bit of a hint of a belt and some shoes as well, because the complaint from my children about the original elf doll was that because I designed her as an ornament to stand up, she has no feet. And that lack of realism is apparently something that is taken very seriously by a 4 and a 10-year-old. So yes, on that basis, this lady has some feet for you. So you'll make the beanie hat for the doll in exactly the same way that you would make a beanie hat for a human, just obviously on a smaller scale. What I did was I attached the hair first, and then I was able to make the beanie the exact size, and then I sewed that over the rim of the hair. So she is secretly bald on top, and her hair just hangs down from there. Obviously her ears I did slightly differently to the elf doll because they are human ears. And I made her legs a little bit chunky so that she has this more upright position. For this particular doll, there is some hand sewing to be done to put the sort of the composite parts together and to get this little belt detail on. And for the shoes, what I did was just used two strands of the yarn that I used for her top. So she is soft, she should be fairly sturdy. I made her neck slightly more squat than the previous doll's neck, because the one thing about this that I wasn't 100% happy with is that she's a little bit of a bobblehead, whereas this young lady is not a bobblehead. At least certainly not to that extent. So there you go. Pattern will be up on the website shortly if it isn't already, for you to check out. Any questions, drop them in the comments here or underneath the pattern. I also share it to Ravelry, so you can look for it there. And yeah, so there you go. It just goes to show what you can do with the basis of a different pattern, make something that is similar but very much its own unique thing. I really hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think, and yeah, happy crocheting.